It's a long way to 1,000, but to make it halfway is still worth celebrating. So thank you guys so much. And I'm going to continue the celebrating as I take a look at the 2017 Power Rangers movie.
Like other Ranger fans, I was hyped when I saw the trailer for this movie. I was even more hyped when I learned that it was going to be released in theaters near my birthday. Now, I remember loving it, but it's been a while since the last time I've watched it, and for all I know, my opinion might have changed over time. So, is it as good as I remember it? Or is it possible that my nostalgia goggles are fogging up my viewpoint? I want to put this in the maybes. With that said, let's take a look at Power Rangers. After the hook of 2 Rangers dying by meteorite in the Cenozoic era to a high school prank ending by car crash in the 21st century, we start off the movie 3 weeks later.
What time is it?
With 3 out of the 5 heroes, Jason, Billy, and Kimberly, in detention. Now, I like how they're introduced here. First with Jason, being a former star football player, after the stunt he pulled, hurting his leg, plus needing to wear a house ankle monitor, and butting heads with his dad, but still deals with a bully, slapping said bully in the face for picking on Billy, showing that he does have a sense of caring. Billy, being autistic yet amazingly smart, helping Jason with said ankle monitor problem in exchange for a ride to the mines to find cool things. And Kimberly. Her reasoning is that she punched somebody in the face. That's at least her official reasoning.
What I don't like is how we meet Zach and Trini.
How they all meet up together is, first Billy and Jason make it to the mining site, Jason exploring, meeting up with Kimberly, who's going out swimming so that she can clear her head of all the drama she's going through, Billy finally finishing up his dynamite setup, blows up a wall, and everybody just appears. I mean, yeah, we get signs of Zach and Trini at the site too, just doing their own thing, but I don't know, it just feels off to me. What also seems off is how they find this universe's version of the power coins out of the recently uncovered glass wall. But they can't dwell on that for long as they need to escape the mine security guards, which they do. However, they get hit by an oncoming train.
And thus they become the Rosho Sentai Tokuger. Bet you $10 I said that wrong.
Strangely enough, they wake up at their respective homes perfectly unharmed, healed, stronger than before, and invulnerable to damage thanks to the power coins.
I'm just learning new things today.
They all go back to the site in hopes to learn more, finding an ancient spaceship meeting first Alpha 5, then finally Zordon. And I gotta say, I actually like Zordon's design here. Instead of a head in a tube, he's a head in a wall with a sci-fi pin art look. To some might seem ridiculous, but to me, looks awesome. Also, I like the idea of this version of Zordon being a former Red Ranger. It really adds to the mythos as well as putting a twist to the original. Alpha 5's design is okay looking. I was put off it at first, but over time I got used to it. Anyway, Zordon tells the teenagers with attitude that the coins they found have chosen them to become the new Power Rangers, and that they must stop a recently resurrected evil woman named Rita Repulsa.
I love this version of Rita!
Like Zordon, her being a former Ranger going evil is a cool story idea. What's also great is how scary, creepy, and threatening she can be. Her best examples, in later scenes, is where she's going around town gathering gold by ripping out people's teeth fillings and robbing a jewelry store, sickening this movie's version of the putties, which look nice and scary, killing the people inside, setting it ablaze. Plus, her outfit coloring reflecting her former Ranger look is a nice detail.
Rita Repulsa 2017, Bandora approved.
At first they want out, however after some convincing from Jason on Zordon's behalf, they go into training to learn how to fight and morph, facing simulations of the putties, before Rita grows back to full power within 11 days and enacts her plan to, get this, create her monster Goldar by taking something called the Zeo Crystal to grow more powerful. And if that wasn't bad enough, the crystal in fact is the source of life on our planet, and if it's taken, life on Earth is dead.
Bandora approved!
After a few days, the Rangers still can't morph. Down in the dumps, Alpha gives them encouragement by showing off the Zords, and that when they succeed in morphing, they'll be able to pilot them. Zach decides to take his on a joyride, crashing near the Rangers. Jason gets in a fight with him. However, Billy, not being a fan of this, intervenes, unknowingly morphing into his Ranger form, only for it to disappear. He tries to morph again, but with no luck. Out of frustration, Zordon tells them to leave, saying that if they can't morph, they're not Power Rangers.
Wow. Jerk.
Jason, feeling the same way, goes to confront the alien pin art wall and learns of Zordon's plan to use their morphing energy to resurrect himself so that he can fight Rita. They get into an argument, Zordon saying that they can't stop Rita or Goldar and that they need him to win, believing that the coins made a mistake choosing them as Rangers. Jason telling him off that he shouldn't underestimate his team, then reminds him that if he did any better, then why is his old team dead? Finally saying he's just as scared as they are. As they're leaving, Zack invites the team for a hangout that night in hopes to find out why they can't morph. He figures it's because they really don't know each other, and so he decides to do some bonding time by opening up about himself. He loves his mother who is sick and is afraid of the grim reality of losing her someday. Being with them helps him cope. Billy continues this by sharing secrets. First on how he loves country music.
Good for you, Billy. You have good taste. Unlike some people who like rock and roll and punk, which is nothing but death and crime and the rage of the beast.
And that he doesn't miss his dad, but still has his memories of him, and that being with them is more than enough for him.
Wow. That's deep. I am the sad.
And the sadness ends as Trini shares how she's hiding her sexual identity from her family and is afraid to reveal it. They say they're cool with her and that she's with friends, but she asks when it's over, will they be? This scene does a great job with how they interact with each other. First with how awkward the bond idea is, to cracking jokes, sharing as well as not sharing their personal lives, to finally asking if their friendship means anything, if there was one at all. This scene alone works so well with both character developing and character build. Really good deep stuff here.
And where it gets bad is in a later scene.
At Jason's home, Kimberly arrives to confess to him that she might be the reason they're not able to morph, sharing that she committed an act of cyberbullying, being in denial about being a horrible person until now. Jason telling her to live with her mistakes and that she did do a horrible thing, but that does not make her a horrible person. I like how we get another character moment, but the resolution is just so blah. I can make the argument that Jason's actions are how some teenagers would act, but his everything's gonna be okay advice is not the best. I just wish it was better is all I'm saying. Better than what poor Trini went through as she calls the team to the football field to let them know that she was attacked by Rita, even showing the fresh scars she gave her, asking where the crystal was or she'll kill every last ranger to get the information, even offering to join her, to which Trini refuses, telling her to come to the docks or else. At first, the Rangers want Zordon's advice on this, but after Jason tells them about his true intentions, they go to the docks unmorphed and with a few weapons at hand, only to be defeated by her. She ties up interrogating our heroes about the 𝐶𝐲 crystal's location, knowing Billy's the only one who knows where it is.
Oh, right. In the training montage, Billy learns the 𝐶𝐲 crystal is under the town's Krispy Kreme restaurant. The reason I bring it up now is because I didn't have a proper place to say it before.
After getting the information she wanted, she drops him in the water and releases the others. They get him out, but sadly, he dies. They take him to Zordon in hopes that he can revive him. Unfortunately, it's not within his power. Heartbroken, Jason blames himself for what happened, apologizing to Billy, saying he traded his life for his, the others feeling the same way towards each other. As they finally resolve their teamwork, the morphing grid opens, Zordon disappears, only to reappear saying, only one can come back, Billy returning to life.
Brothers and sisters in the house of the Morphinominal, let it be known that the Wizard of Eltar gave his life. And let me tell you again that he gave his life so that the Ranger Blue can live again. For it is said in Alpha 5, 1993, may the power protect you always. Can I get any men? Oh, no, 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 no! Can I get any men? Hallelujah!
Everyone overjoyed to see Billy alive, Zordon leaves it up to them to stop Rita. They gather together and finally morph into Power Rangers. And yeah, the suits are cool. Instead of spandex, we get armor, which looks nice. The space glow gives off a great alien look. Though I personally don't like the helmet designs, but that's just me. And their fight with the putties is fun, although sadly short-lived. Definitely one of the biggest sins this movie made, not enough Ranger action. However, it makes up for that as after the Rangers dispatch the putties, they see the giant monster Goldar heading into Angel Grove. So they board their Zords and head into battle. They do well fighting out the putties, and I do love how each Zord has their time to shine. Unfortunately, Goldar makes it to Krispy Kreme, digs, and reaches the crystal. During that time, Jason's dad is caught up in the struggle. Jason goes to rescue him, then regroups with his fellow Rangers to block off the golden behemoth by throwing everything they got, firing at it, pushing it away in hopes to stop it, only for them to be defeated and to get pushed back into the pit. However, because of their teamwork and sticking together till the end, the Zords combine into the Megazord.
Now that we finally got to this point, let's talk about the Megazord and Goldar.
The word for today must be okay, because that's what I think the look for the Megazord is, just okay. The glowing space lights still look cool, though I wish it looked a little more bulky. Goldar's design just looks like a gold melty version of the Megazord, though I will say the texture for it looks good. And that's all I'll say on design-wise. Now to the fight, which is a pretty fun one, from our heroes figuring out how to operate it at first, Rita aghast at the Megazord's appearance to merge with Goldar to fight the teenagers, to them using one of the skills they've learned in training to defeat them both. Rita confronts the Rangers saying even if she was defeated, others will come for the crystal, and that their friendship and team won't last. They say that won't happen and ask her to surrender. She refuses by attacking them, only to get slapped into outer space. Billy pointing out how they dealt with her like with the bully at the start of the movie.
Haha, callback.
And so the day is saved. The town of Angel Grove praises our heroes, life for our Rangers slowly goes back to normal, and our movie ends with sequel bait. Which sadly doesn't happen.
With the nostalgia goggles off, I can safely say this movie's okay, could have been better.
Let me get my biggest critique out of the way. There was a big lack of Power Ranger action. We only get it in the last 20 minutes, and even though it was good, it would have been nice if some more was sprinkled across the film. Now let's get to the good parts. The effects were good, the dramatic moments nicely done, the characters were unique, and the acting was great. Plus, the lore building for this world was a fun idea. Hopefully in future films, we can balance the drama and acting with some more Ranger action.
My personal favorite scene? The Rangers' bonfire.
The emotions were there, it did good being genuine, and it does a great job exploring, plus developing characters. Overall, more phenomenal.
Next time on the first Saturday of the month, more Geo Rangers, so look forward to it. But until then, thank you so much for watching. May God continue to bless you and just have a good day. Still recording in here.
Turn down that rock and roll!
Kinda fits. Go figure.